Hi, we're going to be doing Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses today, the intro riff. If you get stuck, check out the tab below. Right, so let's get into this riff. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about this song is the tuning is tuned to E flat. So you've got E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay, so all that means is that your guitar is tuned down one fret or one semitone. So everything just sounds a little bit darker because the notes are flattened. So the main other thing that you have to know about this riff is that your left hand, for those of you who don't know, your left hand is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're just going to be using our first, second, and third finger today. And if we keep it strict and our first finger is only going to do notes in the 12th fret, our second finger is going to do notes in the 14th fret, and our third finger is going to do notes in the 15th fret. Okay? And if we can keep our picking strict to how I'm going to explain it later on, we'll be able to play it a lot more smoothly and cleanly. Okay, so let's get into it now. So our 12th fret, first finger, we're going to start off on the D string and our first note, and then we're going to hit the B 15th fret with our third finger. So we're going to start off. Okay, so that's our first part. So this is the A section. So we've got. Okay, so it's 12th with your first finger, 15th with your third finger on the B, and 14th on the G, and then 12th on the G, and then 15th on the high E, 14th on the G, and then 14th on the high E, and then back to 14th on the G. Now the other thing to notice that I'm doing here is the picking. So you've got down, up, down, up, and then up, down, up, down. Okay, so that we'll call that our A section. So we've got this. Okay, and that's played twice. So let's move on to our B section. So the only difference now in this little bit is that we have a different starting note. Everything else is the same. So we're going to go over with our second finger on the 14th fret of the D string, and we're going to start with that one. And that's the only difference. So we got 14th on the D, and then 15th on the B again, 14th on the G with a down, 12th on the G, and then 15th on the high E, 14th on the G, and then 14th on the high E, and then 14th on the G again. So we get this, and notice our picking as well. We've got down, up, down, up, and then up on the high E, down on the G, and then up on the high E again, and then down on the G again. So we get this. Okay, so that's our B section of the riff, and then we just have another starting note here. We'll call that our C section, which starts on the 12th fret of the G string. So, and then the rest of the riff is the same. So we got 12, 15 on the B, 14 on the G again, 12 on the G again, 15 on the high E, 14 on the G, and then 14 on the high E, and then 14 on the G again. So we get this. Now the other thing to remember about this riff is that you only want really one note ringing out at any one time. So you don't want to have multiple notes like barring. So you don't want this kind of a thing. That kind of stuff. You just want one note Okay. So we've got our A section, our B section, our C section. So let's just go over that. We'll play them all together. And then it goes back to our A section. So our structure is A, B, C, A, A, B, C, A, and then it goes A, B, C, D. So I'm going to show you this D section now, which is the end part. So if we just pull this up here on my tab and just have a look at it. So we have our D section right at the end where he, just before the Axel comes in, and the Axel, just before Axel comes in singing with the rest of the band, okay? So you've got ABCA, ABCA, ABCD, okay? And our D section is this. So we've got 12th on the high E with an up, we're going to hit it. 14 on the G, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, 12 on the high E, 14 on the G, 14 on the high E, 14 on the G, 15 on the high E, 14 on the G, 14 on the high E, 14 on the G, 12 on the high E, 14 on the G, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, and then we get a little D shape at the end. So you get this kind of a thing. I'll just play that again. And then that D shape at the end. Okay, so let's just recap over our structure, and I'm just going to play through it, and you'll see which section is which. So you've got ABCA, ABCA, ABCD. Okay, so let's play through it, and you'll see which section is which. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, give me a shout through the email or through the website. I'm currently teaching in Edinburgh one-to-one lessons, so if any of you want a lesson, please give me a shout. Cheers.